I'm Dominic Maes. I'm having my own company, which is Quintes. I'm Belgium-based, and we are running with the small company with 4 people inside, and we are specializing in testing matters and quality assurance. We're going to talk to find how to construct an ideal test team, and then what are the key factors which you want to look for in a good testing team, and to find the good testers. It's not that easy. I know that from because I've been searching for good testers since a long time. It took me half a year to find two junior testers, of course, and even now at this time it's difficult to find seniors or media testers with the right attitude, because there is a lot of demand for it at the moment. But basically, if you split up if you look at the testing process, and you have a project to be tested, whether it would be a package project or software that is written especially for this for a purpose, or you adapt software, or you do something new, you will have to have a test team. And a test team, there are 2 big phases inside the project, and that's everything what's belonging to the project team, the small core team which is working towards a solution and software. And on the other hand, you have, let's say, trying to convince the users to accept the software, the acceptance testing phase, user acceptance testing phase. And there you will have to see that the key users from the company that need to use the software, the new software, are happy with it and are accepting it and saying, well, this will suit us nicely, and this will be something we can use in the future to improve our work, our job, and to get a more efficient way of working in that. So if you take it back and you look first of all to testing in a project team, then a special thing that you need is a good mix of a team. If you have about 10 till 15 developers, think about having 4 or 5 testers to test the job, to test the software that those developers are going to deliver. And then you need a perfect match, a good blend of testers to say that to have all characteristics in a good team. So a good tester needs to have hard skills, as you picture it. Hard skill is knowing your job, meaning that you need to have your testing techniques, you need to know something on your testing approach, how to make a test strategy, how to deal with testing matters inside your project. That's your hard skill. That's something you can learn. But besides the hard skill, you also need to have soft skills. Soft skills is a bit difficult. Some of them you can learn, other ones you don't. But a good tester, to me, is very communicative. It needs to be emphatic. It needs to be able to envision what the user or what the future user will want to have in this new software. It needs to be diplomatic, as it's very difficult to unite the user view sometimes with the developer's view. And you need to find, let's say, an economic balance between the two. If you don't take it into control, the user will try to direct you and drive you to change requests, being more costs, more development, a lot of annoying or angry developers for more work. So you need to enclose it a bit. But that's essential for having these skills. Is essential for a tester. What makes it a good tester is that he can use his analytic skills to match them with his testing skills, so that he can try to model out what's being written in the requirements and the specifications, and make it something into, let's say, it can assure it into the package or the software that has been being developed. If you look a bit further, we have the testing team inside the project team. Not going to say that the users are not belonging to the project team, but most of the time they are separate. They are considered to be separate. But if you have a user acceptance testing, then you're dealing with testers that are not having the hard skills, that are not having the test skills you search for in a project. So then how can you motivate the users to bring up the good testing skills, or to make the effort to learn the good testing skills to produce quality testing on their perspective. And then my experience learns that if you start with a kickoff in the beginning of a project, a kickoff meeting for testers in the beginning of a project, and you explain what they need to do in this project. Why do we need those users to perform our testing? After all, they see it as you have testers, why don't you deal with them and leave us alone? For most of them, it's in the start it's annoying because they have their day-to-day job and they want to continue their massive amount of work, processing this massive amount of work, and testing something new is just bothering them. So you need to convince them that this is a future product that they are going to use, and that we are asking them to give an opinion on how good this future product, this future software will help them in doing their job more effectively. So it needs to fit in their work methods, their work processes. And then it's the first step. That's the first step to do when you have users in your kickoff meeting, in your project, to convince. Second of all, give them room. My experience is that most of the time the users are indeed willing to help and very precise on what you need in testing, because they need to find bugs, of course. So to get your users doing effective acceptance testing, it's best that you move in some testers, move in a test specialist, a senior tester, to explain all those testing skills, those specific topics that they need to look at. So some basic techniques need to be learned, things like boundary value analysis, you have partition equivalence, you have process cycle testing, those kind of things need to be taught to the users, but not necessarily in these words. Remember, they are not technical people most of the time. They are accountants, they are salesmen, they are users, they are drivers, whatever the software you make. It will depend on the software or the application you produce to see what kind of or what level of, let's say, explanation you will give them to the to the users, whether it's more technical or less technical. But try to convince them in their own words. Show them that it's necessary that with the new software in hand, they will need to be able to produce better work or produce more or be more effective at their current job. That's the importance. And after all, give them a feeling that they are part of the team, that they are having the premiere of seeing new software in work, that they will be responsible for telling their colleagues on how fantastic this new software is and how make them enthusiastic about the new software. Of course, you need to have as little as bugs as possible in your software to convince them. But once they see that the software is okay, they will initiate the change process, towards their colleagues, and help them, convince them to use the new software. So because most of the time you have resistance when you enter in when you enter a new software in your company. So, do we have to look at age in having a testing team? No. You can use young users or new users as long as they know something on the process, acceptance-wise. Or if you have testers inside your project team, junior testers, splendid people to work with because they are motivated, they are enthusiastic, they can process piles of work. So use young people to put into your team, but give them guidance by putting some senior people, some medium people aside, preferably the test coordinator or the test manager, who is regularly checking on their progress on how they are testing. And unify your test team, making all those people, all those users, all those real professional testers feeling part of the job, feeling part of creating their application they wanted. And that will be a key to success later. So whenever as a test manager or an IT manager need to find new people to help you reinforce your current test team, there are a few things you might want to look at. If I'm saying hard skills, then don't bother too much. Hard skills can be learned. You can teach someone how to do proper testing, how to do the correct techniques to do a certain kind of check on a quality attribute. You can teach them an approach to testing or a methodology for testing. That's all things that you can learn them. Look for people that are motivated, look for people that are curious, look for people that like to solve puzzles, for instance. Look for people that are communicative, that are more extrovert, that you can reach out to the users, reach out to the rest of the company and pull their feelings, their requirements, their specifications inside. It's far more important to have the right kind of spirit, to have this, let's say, some madness. People say testers are mad. Well, you need some madness to be a good tester, I think. And look for this special spark in the eyes, and you will see that that is a very difficult process to follow. And all the rest, if you find the spark inside, then all the rest will be automatically. They will sell themselves. So that's basically what you need to look for as if you hire people. My opinion, of course. If as an IT manager you need to recruit external people to reinforce your testing team, you still need to look for the spark. You still need to connect with the person. You have to see whether the person externally fits into your internal organization. That's very important. Otherwise, you get resistance. Why is he here? What is he doing here? Why can't we do that? Those kind of questions you can avoid if the click is there. If you can have a feeling of commonness, let's say, that you can unify yourself behind the software you're developing. That's important. The spark is important for internal people, but as much as it's important for external people also. I myself am a senior consultant, so I'm specialized test management and test methodology, and I have a good knowledge on test automation techniques. But the company is still young, and the other people are more junior. They are junior software testers, and I specifically chose to get junior testers, to get junior people straight off to school, to have them given a good training, a good solid training on testing techniques, on all the hard skills we just talked about. But what I looked for in those people is the spark that's there, to see the glow in their eyes, to see that they're excited on learning new stuff and curious on how this will develop in the future. That's what you're looking for in a tester. As a test manager or an IT manager in a company, if your company is too small or has too little software to update, then most of the time it doesn't pay off to get a separate test team, to get separate internal testers in your company. It's too costly to maintain. And then you can go out and look for professional external testers and use them for your project development, for your project cycle. And as an IT manager, I still convinced that also there you need to look for the spark in the eyes of the consultants, because when I see consultants, there are a lot of consultants, and I'm not questioning their skills or their knowledge or whatever, or their motivation, but sometimes it needs to click. And for external testers, I've already 15 years of experience, I'm more than 15 years of experience, but for external consultants sometimes it's difficult to accept, let's say, a negative interview, because why didn't they pick me? I'm a good tester. Why someone else and not me? And it's basically, while you need to look for the link between, you need to understand, you need to connect with the people inside the company to see that you can bring out the best in them, to bring the best from you into their team. After all, consultancy is about making yourself useless, bringing over the knowledge, bringing over your experience about testing, and then rendering yourself as useless as possible. So, and for an external consultant, it's very important to switch from time to time, from client to client, as you will gain experience in every customer situation. Every project has its own specific details to handle with. You need to, let's say, broaden your horizon and get the experience, and then use it in your next projects to help your customer even better. That's the idea. To a certain amount, you can have courses optimizing your soft skills, but you still need to. And of course, I wasn't that communicative in the beginning of my career, but you learn to be more open towards. You learn to speak with each other in a team. You learn to make the connection between the people you are helping and yourself, and that's something you cannot learn in one training course or otherwise. It's something you, it's rather experience, or it's something you should have from the beginning, and that's a bit the difficult part of it. When you finally find your users, your key users to help in your acceptance testing, it's also important that at a certain point in time, whenever they start preparing your test, specifying your test cases, or executing their tests, that you need to unify them with the team and get them isolated from their work environment. It's often difficult, I agree, but people tend to be less productive. Users tend to be less productive when they are sitting on their own desk, because they regularly get disturbed. And although they have a good response to testing and they picked up everything you need, you have to make the conditions ideal also to help them focus on the testing itself. Otherwise it will take quite a lot of time, and you will have delays in doing your user acceptance testing. So try to keep them somewhere different in a testing room, hidden in the basement maybe, but it will make them more productive testing-wise. As much as possible, put everyone in one room, next to each other. Have your test coordinator, your development leader, your developers, your analyst, your technical designer, your testers, your users, have them all together at the same place. It's far easier to tap on someone's shoulder and ask for a clarification in between than to write a mail or to pick up the phone and say, what do you mean? You have not only verbal communication at that point, but you have also physical contact. You see what the other is thinking. You see what the other is trying to bring over as a message. Things that you lose in mail, things that you lose in a telephonic conversation. So bring them all together in one room. Isolate them a bit, and it will help.